Hi guys, welcome to Zagreb, Croatia. It's my first day here. I got in last night and I've been exploring the city as usual. So I went through a couple of the main squares they have, which are really nice. There was this one that I just walked by. I heard some cool music, so decided to walk over there, and they're pretty much doing like almost like a car show, but they had this really sporty, fancy car on display. It was like rotating. I think it was an Aston Martin. I'm really bad with cars, but anyways, it looked really cool. So saw that, and then went to the main square where they had a market going on, and they also had some traditional music. So I don't know what they were saying, of course. They were doing a little speech before, but they were singing, and they had these guys dressed up in traditional outfits, also holding what looked like bottles of whiskey, maybe some other alcohol. And this was like in the afternoon. Anyways, so that was cool to check out. And then also afterwards walked up to another market that they had, which is more like fruit and produce, so got some stuff from there. And also walked by the main cathedral, of course, as usual. They always have one in every city. And then walked through some of the main pedestrian streets that have like the cafes and restaurants with everyone sitting outside, and shops and things like that. And I saw on one of the umbrellas, like where the tables are, one of them said the cookie factory, and I was like, where is this place? So anyways, found the place, walked inside, and they had cookies and brownies and things like that. So of course, since I love cookies, I had to try one. Although even just from looking at them, I wasn't convinced, but had to give it a fair chance. So I did get a chocolate chip cookie, but still not that great. The ones from Specialties that Daniela brought me were way better. So anyways, checked that out for a bit, and then walked around a bunch more. Was walking towards this other neighborhood that I had read about. I think it was supposed to be a nice neighborhood or something, but kind of just ended up, I think I kind of walked through that neighborhood. It seemed nice, pretty quiet, residential, quiet, but ended up walking through this really nice park actually. So it was pretty relaxed and peaceful, so that was a nice little break from the city where everyone is, because like no one was there, definitely no tourists. So that was cool. And then walked back into the town, and I walked over to the, what do they call it? Town gate, I guess. There's this town gate which has like this arch, and inside there's all these tiles, and there's a trying to think of all the words that I'm forgetting, but basically there's this thing set up for Virgin Mary, I think it is. I was trying to hear some of the story that I heard from a tour going on, but anyways, I didn't catch all of it. Apparently like there was a miracle, and so, or something like that. I think something burned down and maybe that survived. Anyways, there's all these tiles with things written on it, so that was interesting to see. And then also to St. Mark's Church, which in general I'm not like big into just checking out all the churches, but this one was cool because it looked really different, like the tops, the roofs. It almost looked like it was crocheted or something, like really colorful tiles, I think they were. Anyways, it was definitely way different looking, like a colorful rooftop. So that was cool to see. And then I would say probably the most interesting thing, which I had read about when I was looking up stuff to do in the city, I saw there was a museum of broken relationships, and I was like, what is that? Sounds very different than most museums you see in the city. So anyways, it's pretty popular here. A lot of people were in there, so I decided to go check it out, and it was really interesting. Basically, I think it started as an exhibition, and it did really well, and they just kept it going and like made this the home base. So people like have sent in, I'm not sure on the details of how you get your like story or object to go with it in the museum, but people pretty much have like shared their stories of different relationships that have ended, and they've sent in something that kind of reminds them of that relationship. So it was really interesting to like read about all these people's stories, and there was even a room that talked about, it was more related to like children and their parents and like broken relationships at home. Just a lot of different factors, but nonetheless really interesting. I always find like dynamics and relationships really interesting to learn about. So that was totally different than, normal museums. So I'm glad I got to check that out. It was cool. And then right down from there, that's also close to the St. Mark's Church, and there's a whole bunch of stuff around here. So there's also this famous tower by where I am, and the funicular, I always forget how you call that thing. Basically, they have this little like tram thing that goes up the hill. And there's just a pretty area here where you can walk along and see the view of the city. So I'm going to show you guys that now so you can check it out. Anyways, there's some of the skyline. Nice little cafe there. I hear some singing in the background. There's the tower up there, and then back that way is where the church is and everything. And just like more cute areas to walk around. So, and there's the little thing I was talking about. I don't know if you can see it going up the hill. Anyways, that's pretty much it for now. Supposed to actually go salsa dancing later with my hosts. So we'll see how that goes because I'm still not fully recovered. But we'll see what I can handle. If I can't dance, at least it'll be nice to listen to the music. So hopefully I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. Talk to you then. Bye.